I remember Uncle Steve was like, hey, I am going to this rally because they would do Chariots of Light motorcycle rallies. It was like an hour away or something. He's like, do you want to ride with me and just come? For anybody listening, if Uncle Steve says something, it trumps everything. Laci could be like, I want you to do this and this and this. And Uncle Steve would be like, no, I'm taking him with me. Okay. He trumps everything. You know what I mean? He's like the leader of the leader. If he says something, then everything else is like void, you know? So if he's asking me, of course I can do it. And it's off ranch, but he's like, you don't have to do ministry or anything, but why don't you just come get off the ranch? And so I did.
Did he ask you like that kind of stuff normally, or was this like a special occasion because he could see how you were doing, do you think?
I mean, I went on rides with him quite a bit, you know, because I loved to ride on the back of his motorcycle and stuff. I loved like all the motorcycle stuff, but I had taken quite a few trips with him. But this was a very special thing. Like, hey, why don't you come? So I was like, awesome, you know. And so I went with him and I was like feeling good. I was like the first time I had really like been like happier because I was with people. And anyway, so we were there. Uncle Steve took a picture of all of us and posted it. And I just remember, if you've ever felt that feeling of like you messed up, you know, I got a text that was like, for reference, like 6 inches long, probably, which is pretty long for a text. Maybe it was longer, but it was Laci. And she was like, what do you think that you are doing there at a ministry? You were not supposed to be ministering. I'm so disappointed in you that you left the ranch and this and this and this and that. Like, you are so rebellious. I don't know what's come over you. You're defying all of the rules and blah, 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 blah. And she just went on and on and on. She's like, you are so full of sin and you're manipulative. You manipulated me. You are just like, I can't believe the spot you're in right now. You're just so rebellious and all that. And she just kept going on and on. And she's like, I don't know what you were thinking. Like, I'm so disappointed in you. How dare you leave the ranch? And she just kept going on and on and on. Well, then I noticed that Uncle Steve got a phone call and I could hear Laci. He was holding it to his ear and I could hear her talking to him. Which, first of all, Laci teaches honor, but she has no honor. And I will say that very, very confidently. She has no honor because she does not even honor her own father. You know what I mean? Like, she always teaches honor. Like, you're going to honor me no matter what, like even through my faults and stuff. And like I had mentioned before, I love honor, especially your parents, honor your elders. But she just called him and she just chewed him out and was like, I could hear her on the other line and he had it up to his ear, just like telling him about like, how dare you? Like, she's like manipulating you, like bringing her there, whatever. And he just kind of looked at me and he kind of pulled it away from his ear. And he was like, kind of had a half smile on his face, like, okay, you know. And he got done and I had tears in my eyes and he's like, sweetheart, don't even worry about it. He said, why don't you go over there and see what they're doing over there? And so I'm one of those people. I'm like, what have I done? What do I need to work on? You know, all this stuff. And anyway, I just had tears in my eyes the rest of the day. And when we got home, he just was like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, you know, this season will pass and stuff. And he was really sweet. And it wasn't my fault and it wasn't his fault. And I just remember feeling like I learned nothing during this whole probation period. And I'm going to be on probation for the rest of my life. And then I was like, I want to get out of here. You know, I just wanted to leave so bad. But anyway, that kind of happened at the end of the probation period.
Do you feel like he knew that you were on probation? Did he know what was going on at all?
I think he knew I was on probation. I think that he knew whatever story Laci spun to him. Because years later, we talked and I had told him. He just cried because he had no idea that Laci kicked me out of her house, that things happened. So whatever story was spun to him is what he knew. But I don't know what that story was.